Hello, welcome to Fast Ginger's coverage of the Super GT Series Signal 13 event here, the finale, and we are Tokyo, and it appears we have started qualifying. Apologize once again for coming in a little late because OBS decides that it needs to crash 3 or 4 times before I start streaming. So we're looking at here, looks like Matt is sitting on the fastest time. And we got Uncle Jesse there. Second. And I am not organized whatsoever. There we go. Alright, so let's see what everyone has for the race car today. We've got Matt here in the Honda. Uncle Jesse here in the Nissan. J-Mac also in the Nissan. Fan here in the Honda. Ricky B is in a Honda as well. Jim Shady here in a Lexus. SBR Nissan. Rotten Crowd in the Lexus. Mick here in the other Lexus. And Don P in a Honda. And that rounds out our crew here. Majority Hondas, then Nissans, and then a couple of Lexuses. See Matt closing in on Rotten Kraut. Jesse and Forfan are in the pits. So we got a minute and 34. No, that's his time. Okay, 30 some seconds left in this. Forfan has traded off the soft tires and put on the mediums. So look like we are done seeing him before the race. So Matt looks like he's going to come across the line here for the final lap. J-Mac still on a flyer. Looks like we are, sorry about that, going reverse. Hello there, Lime. Cheering on Uncle Jesse. I think he is pretty close to the top of the standings, if not the top. Coming around the last major turn for this track. Coming down the straight and got a couple little bends to come around before he hits the start finish. J-Mac is done and is in third place. And here he comes across the line and increases his pole position by 0.2. SBR moving up to 7th. I think everybody else is done now. Looks that way. Yep. So we are done with qualifying here. Got 40 minutes of racing. It's about 25 laps or so. So there you go. We've got the results here. Matt on pole, Jesse on second place, second row, J-Mac and Forfan. Next row, Ricky B and Jim Shady, SBR, Rotten Crowd, and Mick and Don P finish up the track there. Here are the standings. We've got Uncle Jesse here in the lead by 2 points over Matt. So first and second place are second and first place on the grid there. J-Mac in third, Ricky B fourth, Rotten Crowd fifth, Jim Shady sixth, Don P seventh, Ray Barago eighth, Scout ninth, Forfan in 10th, Snafu, Q Castro, McLam should move up a couple positions, and so should SBR. It looks like we are done here, getting ready to start the race here in a jiffy. We'll see how this shakes out. Race will begin soon. Make sure I have my controller so that I can change the views here real quick. Spectate. View all. There we go. All right. I'm on the stick this time. Let's get back towards the back here. To jump up to fourth, right in the middle. Oh, there's fifth. Okay, so Matt gets a good run. We got some movement back there. So we'll see Matt, Uncle Jesse is pulled in behind. J-Mac is right behind that. Everybody single file. Jesse's making a move to the inside. We've got a right-hander coming up. Hard on the brakes. See if everybody makes it through. Everybody is safely through, and Uncle Jesse makes a pass. So he goes wide and gets a good run off that first turn to catch the lead. So he's trying to pull out the lead there. He's on racing softs. Matt also is on the softs. J-Mac softs. Jim Shady soft. Forfan has gone to the mediums, so he's going to go for a long run. Don P here mediums as well, followed by Ricky B. Got quite a little battle there, a little bump in the back. Oh, and he's spun him around. Let's see if we can catch that. SBR had a major slowdown. Oh, so we've got Matt has come back into the lead. Let's see if we can see what happened. We missed that while we were looking at another replay there. Sorry about that. So we've got Matt taking the lead back. Jesse here in second place. J-Mac is a little further back. And then Jim Shady is trying to catch up onto him. Then way back there is Don P. Followed by Forfan, Mick, Ricky B, Rotten Crowd. And then SBR is rounding out the... We'll get back up here. Matt trying to run away with it. Uncle Jesse, maybe he's backed off for fuel reasons. I think in the last race he was running with some fuel savings, had his fuel consumption set down a couple notches. J-Mac and Jim Shady. Don P getting a little squirrely there. Orphan trying not to hit him in the rear. Going back and forth. Oh, Don P hits the wall. Orphan's coming through. Mick's coming through. Ricky B's trying to come through. Got a battle here for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and even 9th. Oh, we're going 3 wide. Don P's got the inside. Ricky B. Mick is trying to make a move. Getting pretty good here. Oh, we got Rotten Crowd moving to the inside. Trying to sniff that slipstream through there. Coming through the pit straight here. Little bump draft in there. Those 3 were just nose to tail. Need to get in line before Orphan and Don P get away. Ooh, Don P moves to the inside. Don P on the move on Orphan. We lost somebody there. Oh, Rotten Crowd got a little heavy on the accelerator and spun. Let's get back out here to the lead. Matt is stretching it out big time. Uncle Jesse there in 2nd place. A little spark. I thought he hit the wall, but I think he's just bottoming out. Same with Matt or J-Mac. May have tapped the wall there. Thought Jim Shady looked like he was going kind of slow. Orphan here in 5th place. He's moved back on McLam. Oh, Don P getting it wrong there. He's just riding on that wall. Didn't get the braking right. Going to lose a position, maybe 2. Don P on the inside of Ricky B. It's a drag race. Which one's going to get the slipstream? Looks like Don P's going to get a little bit of that slipstream action. SBR trying to make up Rotten Crowd after that little spin. Maybe those 2, if he can catch him, can work together to move forward. Looks like our front 5 have kind of broken away from each other. Broken to slipstream. Matt is in 1st place with 2/3 of his tires left and less than half a tank, and he goes a little wide. Let's see, can Uncle Jesse take advantage of that mistake? He keeps it off the wall. Definitely made a better turn there. J-Mac is close enough to get some slipstream. Maybe he can get on the back of J-Mac and Jesse can get together and get towards the front. I think Jim Shady is also close enough to maybe join this trio here. Orphan's kind of no man's land. Got Mick 2 seconds behind him. And then Ricky B is closing in on that. And we got SBR has definitely caught up with these guys, so He's making up some room, and looks like Rotten Kraut is catching him a little bit as well. Matt has lost about a second of his lead due to that little mistake. Uncle Jesse and J-Mac. 4 fans still back there, 14 seconds. Oh, somebody's sideways there. Jim Shady. Oh, I guess he just lost it on his own. So there we are. Matt in the lead, Jesse in second, J-Mac third, 4fan fourth, Mick here in fifth, Ricky B in sixth, Don P seventh, SBR eighth, Rotten Kraut ninth, and now we got not Jim Shady back here in 10th place due to that spin. Matt's been able to extend that lead up to 2.3 seconds just about. So after that little mistake, he's made a correction and starting to spread that out. Looking at fuel usage, looks pretty close. J-Mac has used the most of the top three, so he will need to pit soon. Uncle Jesse's definitely saving fuel from the looks of it. J-Mac trying to make a move, but the outside is not going to work for him there. Let's see what 4fan's up to here. He's doing some fuel savings as well. Kind of knew he was going to do that with the medium tires, so he was going to go long the whole time. So he will need to pit. We've got 10 minutes into the race right now, so 30 minutes left. So we're looking at 2 stops for most everybody. He can do 2 stops, and one of those stops will not need to be as long as the other, or he can kind of split the difference and make them both kind of short. Matt is still out here in the lead. Fuel is still in the white, but I imagine that will go to the red, and it just did. So he's got one more lap, I would say. Jesse here is also in the red. J-Mac has decided to go ahead and go into pits, and he needed to because he was going to run out. 4fan has definitely got plenty of fuel left, and Mick will make his way into the pits from the looks of it. Don P will need to do the same. Ricky B can continue on. And then Rotten Kraut will come in as well. Jim Shady has gone into the pits and come back out. So he's on fresh, soft tires and a full tank of fuel. So here we go. Matt will need to pit this lap. And so will Uncle Jesse, and 4fan will be able to be doing about 2 more laps. He's in third. Ricky B here. Oh, getting into a little scrap here for 4th place. This BR has made it up from last up to 4th place, but he's out of sequence with those early pitters. Kind of running away here from Ricky B and from J-Mac, who just came out of the pits. I'm not sure, did Ricky B go into pits too? No, he did not. J-Mac did. Mick did. Don P did. Rotten Kraut and Jim Shady, we know he did as well. I think he was one of the first pitters. So here we go. Matt coming into the pits. And Jesse will as well. 4fan will stay out. Matt is taking on fuel now. Uncle Jesse is taking on fuel now. Fan will take over the lead, just ahead of Matt, who should be arriving shortly onto the track. And looks like everybody's gone through. Matt, SBR, J-Mac, Uncle Jesse, Ricky B just put into the pits and taking on fuel. Here we go with Uncle Jesse with a full tank of gas. J-Mac with not near as much fuel, but Fan definitely been able to spread it out at least one more lap. He's got 6 seconds on Matt, but that will see, he will drop probably somewhere back to about right there. So here he comes to the little left and rights. It's a fun little track here. I do like this layout. And then heavy braking right there at that 100-meter zone. Probably a little less than that for these cars. Double apex here. Very easy to get wrong. And now he will come down this straight stretch, stay to the left, and come into the pits. You can see Matt right back there in the back. Will take over the lead once he comes into the pits. And here he comes. And here comes Matt into the lead. And J-Mac will take over third. We just had somebody else, SBR, coming into the pits now. Uncle Jesse coming through up into third place. So let's see, McLam here will be able to get by. Fan will come out here in 5th place, so that's about where we thought. So SBR will be coming out soon, and he too is out. Rotten Kraut and Jim Shady trying to get up there close to SBR as he got to the pits. Jim Shady making a look on the inside, but not going for it. That's where Rotten Kraut's race went to crap right there. They're definitely closing in on SBR. Ricky B here in 9th. And then Dom P here in 10th place. He's definitely fuel challenged. So we go up here, Matt, with a significant lead of 5.5 seconds. J-Mac here in 2nd place with quite the discrepancy of fuel. Uncle Jesse was able to go pretty long with his stint. Mick here with half tank in 4th place. Fan will make up a place or two because of the pitting cars ahead of him. He's looking pretty good as far as fuel use goes, and the tires will not wear out before you run out of fuel, so it's all about the fuel and not the tires. Push those tires as much as you want, but it's the fuel you got to worry about. See if there's any battles going on. I know they had to. We'll go back here. SBR here in 6th. Rotten Kraut 7th. Not Jim Shady in 8th. That's just the best battle going on here. I'm not sure if they're just kind of nose to tail trying to get up towards the front. Looks like the Ricky B is kind of closing in, making up some difference there. Don P's not that that far back, so SBR leading this group of 3 through this snake through here, snaking through the streets. Rottenkraut popping out, looking to make a move. Goes around him on the inside. SBR is going to have the inside of this next turn. Rottenkraut getting close to that wall. Jim Shady gets around Rottenkraut and is getting around SBR as well. SBR is trying to wedge between those two and not lose 2 spots. They need to work together and push to get the 4-fan. Looks like that's what SBR is doing. Is Rottenkraut going to play this game too? 3 is faster than 1. Coming in into the loading dock area here. Jim Shady on the inside, Rottenkraut there in the middle, SBR in the back. See if they can get lined up and go through these bit of S turns. Coming downhill. Couple fast sweeping turns through here before you go under the bridge or in the little bridge tunnel here coming up on the left turn. Getting a little pushy through there. Definitely a tough area to race side by side through there. We got SBR coming back to the back end of Rottenkraut. Not sure if Rottenkraut hit the wall there or not. Well, there's Jim Shady. He has been able to catch 4-fan. And looks like he is going around him. And Jim Shady went into the pits. He only had 10% of fuel. 4-fan has plenty of fuel and is now being pursued by Rottenkraut and SBR. Take a look back there. Rottenkraut to the inside. 4-fan gets a better run. That wide Rottenkraut powering past 4-fan. There goes SBR as well. Follow him through these corners. Rottenkraut had to let up to keep from hitting those walls. Here you come through this complex of weaving through the streets of Tokyo. Then a heavy braking for this next turn right here. I guess it's not really heavy braking for these GR2s. And then this complex, these 2 little corners right here are fairly difficult to get through. Particularly right here because you want to get a really good run. Oh, and 4-fan did. Drag race with Rottenkraut. That wasn't even a challenge. Was that a little bit of wall riding there, or it doesn't matter? He goes into the pits. Rottenkraut in the pits. Glam in the pits. 4-fan back out by himself in pursuit of SBR, who is pulled away a little bit. Here we go. So let's see here. Matt is 19 seconds out into the lead, but he has used a great deal of fuel to get to that position. We are 22 minutes into this race with 17 minutes left to go. He has made one pit stop. He will probably need to make just the one more and should be able to finish the race with that. But then we got Uncle Jesse here. Plenty of fuel. You know, looks his tire wear is looking pretty rough on those softs, so might want to go back to those medium tires when you go get fuel at this next stop. J-Mac just coming out of the pits from the looks of it, seeing that he's just got a red. He went into the pits in 12th on the 12th lap, so it's got quite a few more. 23 minutes into this race. So let's see here. We got SBR in 4th place. Fan here in 5th place. Ricky B coming back in 6th. Mick here in 7th place. Jim Shady here in 8th place. Rodden Kraut in 9th place with full tank of fuel. And then Don P here with a full tank of fuel as well. Just came into the pits. Riding on that wall. And here we go. Matt coming up into the last couple of corners before the front straight. And he gets a clean exit. And from the looks of it, he needs to pit. So once he dives into pit, we'll jump on board with Jesse and see where he comes out in relation to Matt, who will need to take a full tank of fuel and new tires. Jesse here got at least 1, maybe 2 laps left of fuel. And that'll be close on tires as well. So here he comes. He is going to bop out in the lead, but there you can see Matt coming through. So Jesse will eventually retake the lead once Jesse needs to come into the pits, which will be in the next couple laps. So there we go. Matt in 2nd place. J-Mac here in 3rd. Six seconds off of 2nd place and 17 seconds ahead of SBR. Got a couple more. Fan and Ricky B have popped into the pits for a quick top up and new tires. Fan's still on the medium tires, and he has gone back out onto the road. So we got Fan here in 7th, or Fan in 8th, Rottenkraut in 7th, not Jim Shady in 6th. Got Don P here in 10th place, Ricky B here in 9th. After his pit stop, Fan has found himself in 8th place. Rottenkraut here in 7th place. A little bit of recovery from his spin. Jim Shady in 6th. McLam here in 5th place. SBR in 4th. And getting ready to make a pit stop. So he may drop into 5th place, or at least no worse than 6th after the pit stop. So here he comes to get refueled. Matt has been into the pits, and Uncle Jesse is just 1.7 seconds behind him, but his tires are shot, and so is his fuel tank. So it's close now, but it will not be close for much longer because he will need to pit one more time. And that will do it for Uncle Jesse. That'll be his final pit stop. Most likely everybody else has been doing what they need to do to keep in shape. So Uncle Jesse here in second, followed closely by J-Mac. But not much of a... It's not going to be a race here because Jesse will be popping into the pits very shortly. Not sure if Matt should have enough to get to the end. He might have to change his fuel map. There we saw Jesse go into the pits and J-Mac take over third place. So let's see how long it takes McLam to get up there to Uncle Jesse. But he will need to pit one more time, so if he does get out ahead of him, which he is, Uncle Jesse will jump back out into third place, and he's got plenty of time to get over to the dock area to keep from getting past for position. That's no worry at all. Matt here in first place. 4 seconds back is J-Mac, and then Uncle Jesse 26 seconds behind that. So he is done for sure with his pit stops. Mick will need to make a pit stop. Jim Shady will need to make a pit stop as well. SBR, I'd say he's probably good to go to the end, no problems. Rotten Kraut may need to pit as well. Fan is right on his rear bumper coming to the inside. Better exit, but just not the room there to push for the pass. Fan hanging to the back of that Lexus. Rotten Kraut's got some front end damage. Fan looking to get away around him. Looks like he went a little wide. There we go. Fan got a better drive out of that corner. And he got around Rotten Kraut for 7th place. Matt 2.5 seconds ahead of J-Mac. Got a couple more into the pits, not Jim Shady and McLam. J-Mac following around back there in those shadows. Getting close though. There we go, our SBR. Looks like we got a race here for 5th and 6th between Fan and Rotten Kraut. So far, everybody is off the walls here. Fastest lap so far is Matt with a 1:43.557. coming around. J Mac coming into the pits. Getting some fuel. You can see it, there's 2/3 of a tank. And full tank gone. Which I think maybe he should have taken a little less fuel since he only got 6 seconds left, or 6 minutes left. Alright. Rodden Kraut coming in for his last pit stop. Matt here should be able to finish the race with what he has. J-Mac definitely can finish the race with what he has. So can Jesse. SBR should be okay. Going a little wide there. Or fan. Oh, getting a little sketchy. But able to keep it going the direction he wanted it to. Not Jim Shady here in 6th place, followed closely by McLam here in 7th, Ricky B here in 8th, Rodden Kraut, and then Don P has done his last fuel stop and back out there. So Matt, 22-second lead, he can definitely dial it back for these next 3 laps or so. So J-Mac here in 2nd place. Matt has just stormed off away from everybody else. J-Mac, Uncle Jesse here. SBR and 4Fan. One of the few races going on right now. Drag race through the pit straight. SBR pulls in behind. 4Fan trying to break that toe. Doesn't want him to make a wild dive bomb after him, so Fan here still able to keep SBR at bay. Gotta keep an eyeball on the clock here. Oh, SBR touching the wall definitely slowed his progress down. He's got front end damage now too, so Matt here has lost some time, but I think he is fuel managing a little bit maybe. J-Mac here in 2nd place. Uncle Jesse closing in, so we may have a battle for 2nd and 3rd place. 4Fan coming through here in 4th. SBR, it's good shape. Jim Shady got a little front end damage from something, and that's fixed now. Big Lamb here 7th, Ricky B 8th. A little laggy there. Rodden Kraut 9th and Don P in 10th place. Keeping an eye on the time here, 2 minutes and 56 seconds, 2 laps. Matt's got half a lap here to do, and then he'll have another lap, maybe 2 laps left after this one. J-Mac here in 3rd. 4th place, Jesse. 4th here, 4Fan. SBR in 5th. Jim Shady 6th. Big Lamb 7th. Rodden Kraut 8th. In battle here for 9th, 8th, and 9th place. Ricky B's right on his tail. Running crowd keeping it close to the inside of that curb. All right, Matt is going across the finish line for the last time, or last lap. J Mac here will be doing his last lap here as well. Uncle Jesse here in 3rd, Fan in 4th, SBR 5th, Jim Shady in 6th, Big Lamb 7th, Rotten Crowd 8th, Ricky B 9th, and then 10th place. There we go, Ricky or Don P. So we may have everybody on the back. Don P has his flashers on, so I'm not sure if he's actually driving. Oh no! We see Matt. He's got to go back and forth and back and forth. And here comes, oh no! Oh no! And Uncle Jesse comes through for the lead as Matt spins. Let's take a look at that. He threads the needle through the 2 crashed cars. I think he thought all of hope had been gone for the win. So there we go. Here comes Don P. He will be the first one to cross the finish line. Now I think he may actually make it across to do one more lap. He does. Okay, so here we go. Uncle Jesse coming across with the last lap threaded through the crashed cars of J-Mac and Matt. Uncle Jesse comes through for the win. 2nd place will be J-Mac. And 3rd place will be Matt. Here comes SBR, followed by Fan. That was quite the finish there. Not expecting that. SBR in 4th place, running way low on fuel, trying to make that the... There's Fan, 5th, Jim Shady 6th, McLam coming across in 7th place. Rotten Kraut here in 8th. So that was a stunning turn of events. And Rotten Kraut trying to do the slide, and Ricky B will go across in 8th place ahead of Rotten Kraut, who was trying to spin across the start finish and lost a position. So we've got Uncle Jesse starting at 2nd and taking the win after Matt spins, and then J-Mac T-boning him as Matt is in the middle of the racetrack sideways. And then Uncle Jesse is able to sneak through between those two and take the victory. That was a pretty exciting finale there. Great race at the end. Unexpected turn of events there for the win in 2nd and 3rd place. And if anything, that let's look at those standings. So that'll seal it for Uncle Jesse. Will take the series championship, and I think that will promote. And J-Mac may, I don't know, it might be a tie for 2nd, but Matt and J-Mac will definitely be very close there for 2nd and 3rd. I'm not sure who will end up with that one, but that's where we stand. That is the final race. And that was a heck of a finish. Matt thinking he was going to win, loses control. J Mac comes through a curve, blind curve, hits him, and then they separate. And then Jesse comes sliding through the middle of them like Moses parting the sea there, and takes the victory and will take the series championship. So that should do it for this evening for the Super GT series of S13. We will have a new series for you. It's a street car, all, I believe, 90s models street cars with some tuning available, but no engine swaps, no wide bodies. So should be a very interesting and fun little series there. So yeah, Project Mayhem Racing, that was a crazy finish. I thought it was all done and dusted. But then one little mistake and that was it. That's all it takes. It's a 40-minute race and you have to race all 40 minutes. So thanks for watching and see us again probably in 2 weeks, maybe 3. Maybe I'll do some streaming of my own on Wednesday evenings or something. But thanks for watching and we'll catch you again soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to end the show. The stream is over, I got to go. Now is not the time to be sad. I'll be back, there's more streaming to be had. Fast Ginger will bring the best with an entertainment fest where friends are made and good times never fade. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like, you can't even get notified.